Ladies and gentlemen, preparing for 2020 trading and beyond, we're going to talk about how I am going to exceed your expectations going forward. We're talking exclusive interviews with publicly traded company CEOs and CFOs, more swing ideas and overnight strategies, more news flow ideas intraday, more Newsbeat exclusive content, our charity that we donate for our open house, as well as our final thoughts here. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. So, as we have this FOMC Friday ending here, we have 2 more weeks practically of trading for 2020. And I sort of do this every single year where I come to you guys and I try to just talk about how you can improve as a trader. I know, maybe as a trading guru, I'm not allowed to talk about how I'm supposed to improve. Maybe I should tell you that everything I do is 100% perfect and there's no need to ever improve. That would be obviously a very toxic and false mentality. Every trader, no matter where you are, should try to improve because as soon as you become comfortable of where you are and you stop trying to improve on everything that you're doing, adjust and improve. When I say improve, it's not always necessarily just improving, it's adapting and changing with the current market environment to ensure that you're executing upon a strategy that works right now. That is probably one of the most important things to remain consistently profitable as a trader. So, I was going through my list of things that I want to do as a trader overall and things that I'm going to be working on to bring you next year. So some of the things that we did for the first time this year really got really positive feedback from you guys, like Newsbeat show number 400, where we interviewed the chief financial officer of Inseego Corporation, which was our stock of the year, and just to see the stock rally further. I will tell you right now, to spoil you guys, there are there are top executives of these publicly traded companies who are trying to set up interviews with me. I didn't get too flooded at the moment, but I do have a handful of, again, I'll just leave it like top executives. They're like CEO, CFO type roles, CTO, Chief Technology Officers in some companies that do want to do exclusive interviews here with the Newsbeat Live Room. We sort of made a really nice name for ourselves in Inseego after um, we interviewed Stephen Smith, who is the Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President of Inseego over here. And we really got a lot of great feedback from the community. It really gave Newsbeat live traders an edge. And I will be doing these exclusive interviews with these company CEOs and CFOs. And I could only imagine that we're going to have more of these interviews in the very short term future. You're going to have to wait till next year, but in the short term future, nonetheless, since we're just 2 weeks away from next year. So we will be giving you that. Not only that, I am talking to a lot of algo traders who are trading automated overnight strategies, and they're actually reaching out to me for help in their coding. And speaking to these traders, again, I just want to show you the list here of what I'm doing. Keep in mind, we're going to share our open house charity. Yes, 100% of the money that I do make from this open house directly, the 100% of the money that I do make from this open house will go to charitable causes. I already have probably about 25 to 30 charities in my email box. Just please keep in mind for this open house charity, even if I did not select your name to be presented here today, which I'm only going to be showing one of your names here today, I do end up donating to every single one of the charities with this money that I do make on the open house. And I you know, give X amount of money here, X amount of money here, whatever. That's how I generally handle it. So the next thing we're trying to do is step two. Here's more swing ideas and overnight strategies. Next week in this room, we're going to have it's going to be exclusive for Newsbeat Live members. It's going to be recorded for Newsbeat Live members only. We are going to show you more swing ideas and overnight strategies. We're going to actually share two of them with you. Two of my favorite swing idea and overnight strategies that have been working recently. And that's going to be big as well. I'm also going to be doing a lot of traveling in 2020. What does that mean? It's going to be one of those things where I fly out Friday after the close and try to get back Saturday night, Sunday morning, back to my family. And I'm going to be expanding my network of connections, expanding my network of people I know. And this is going to be all to bring you better news flow ideas. I know you guys love things like the deal reporters and the chatters and the citrons and the big negative notes and the big positive notes, and you guys like all that sort of news flow. And even though we are probably the number one room on Wall Street that does bring you these ideas right now, at least in terms of a chat room in which you pay for, because there are real no other rooms that are sharing it. It's a very secretive industry when it comes to news flow. It's almost like a don't ask, don't tell industry. And we're really the pioneers of the industry of bringing that news flow out to the public. My goal is to bring you more of this news flow to the room. My goal is to hit you at least 20 home runs for 2020. Is it? I just realized that 20, 20, 20. 20 home runs for 2020. I am looking to beat and exceed that expectation. I will be bringing you a lot of news flow. There are traders in this room who are up hundreds of thousands of dollars doing nothing but trading our news flow ideas. There are traders who don't trade them at all and do other things. Again, we try to sort of create an all-you-can-eat buffet for traders who understand their strengths and can find something easily to extract value out of our service. And I will say this, and I'll say this again, with all these things I'm showing you, without a doubt, 100%, I am by far the second most valuable thing in the Newsbeat live room, second behind the community. And the community brings so much value to the room here. And, we created such a vibrant community that loves to help each other. So, again, I'll keep fighting for you. Our members keep fighting for each other as well. And that's sort of what gets me going every single day. So more swing ideas, more overnight strategies, exclusive interviews with publicly traded companies. Keep in mind that I will be disclosing who we're interviewing to Newsbeat Live members prior to the interview. So, like, if we're interviewing, for example, somebody from a publicly traded company, I will be giving you the symbol of who we're interviewing ahead of time. I will also tell you how I'm going to pose the questions. I'm also going to be taking your questions, say as the CEO or CFO or top executive, etc., of these companies. So I am sort of putting you on the inside. I mean, everybody knows that, Jim Cramer sets up these interviews sometimes, and a CEO will come on his television show and do it. I'm not saying that our show will be hosted live on CNBC, but we will be doing something similar to the way Jim Cramer does it, except I'm going to ask him harder questions than Jim Cramer does. I'm going to ask him harder questions, and I'm going to give you a really early heads up for when we do these interviews. Same thing, of course, on the news flow ideas. We will be giving you these news flow ideas in real time. And yes, for the majority of these news flow ideas, this will be the only place on Wall Street where you'll hear it first. We will be the earliest service on Wall Street to get these news flow ideas. And I have taken an active campaign. I've already gotten permission from my wife. Told my wife I have to take at least 20, 20 or more flights, round trip flights, for 2020 to go out and meet high level, high status VIP type individuals and, for lack of a better word, schmooze them, put them in sort of a connection network, and then take all this information and then deliver it to you in the Newsbeat live room. That's going to be very important to me. I do believe in helping people. And, that is really my number one purpose of the room here. Next thing, more Newsbeat exclusive content. We're going to bring you exclusive content in ways that I can't even imagine now, but I do have an imagination for some of it. Um, next earnings season, we're going to give you, it's going to be for Newsbeat Live members exclusively. It's basically going to be this on a new paper and a new sheet. If you're following all our earnings ideas, um, you could see where we go well and where we don't go well. But with $100,000 bets, you'd be up $145,000 right now for this earnings season. There are people out there who are, begging for more of that. There are people out there saying that's the only thing they want to do because they're working full time and they just want me to tweet out every single night and share access with them to this earnings list every week so they could just play these earning seasons and make money as a trader. I will be making that exclusive Newsbeat live content, and it's going to cost you nothing. We're going to include that in your subscription, even though it wasn't promised to you. That's how we're bringing the under promise, over deliver type mentality. There's going to be a lot more Newsbeat exclusive content. I will be, talking to a lot of you guys. A lot of you guys wanted to do private Newsbeat live gatherings of members. I will try to invite high-end executives of publicly traded companies to our events. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Of course, they're going to drop a 750-pound disclaimer for every word they say there, but you get the picture. You're going to get to schmooze with the big boys, and we will be bringing you value through things like that. That will be Newsbeat exclusive content. That is my goal. I don't have anything set in motion, so don't say, well, when is this happening? I don't know. I don't know, but I'll tell you right now that I am working on it. And if everything is good on T3 side and everything's good on my side, I will deliver that for you. Another Newsbeat exclusive content are traders that want to do our one and dones and Mark 5 strategies and whatever. I have worked with some of the top automated trading firms in the world. I'm not some little pissy nonsense program. They'll be coming to you out of some shack over in Delaware somewhere. We're talking big boy stuff here. We will be delivering you for you in 2020. This will be for Newsbeat Live members exclusively. I do limit the spots. I am going to have limited signups, and it will be more of a trickle-in effect. Traders who want to do like the one and dones and Mark Fives and all these strategies, these are all going to be automated for you and controllable for you, where you could just literally put it in the symbol, put in a front run level, put in a stop level, put in a take profit level, and you could adjust and control your money to execute on these Newsbeat live ideas, as well as choose whatever names you wish to choose for these strategies. That's going to obviously be likely a paid service at that point, but it will be exclusive content. Most of the things that we do offer you will not be paid for. It will be just included in your subscription as an under promise over deliver thing. Next thing that I want to talk about is the open house charity, and I'll just say before I share with you this charity, just please know that I went through all of them. I went through everything you guys sent me. I sat there with, I sat there with my wife and, um, you know, uh, we talked about it and we go over these charities. And honestly, that's the hardest thing that I do every single one of these open houses is to basically choose which charity I'm promoting. I know it sort of shows some form of like favoritism and bias, and I wouldn't call it favoritism. Is there a bias? I mean, honestly, the one that touches my wife and I the most at that exact one moment in time tends to be the bias in which I go for. So I will mention that every single charity that you guys have sent me, I will be giving money for. It's just not going to be highlighted in the front. And I can't really take 30 charities and just go through all of them. So, please keep that in mind. I haven't written it down yet. I've written down some, but I'm going to take a sheet list of every charity that you guys want, and I'll make sure that I give something. And I will share the charity with my friends in my inner circle to give money to all your charities, and I will share all your charities with them. But in terms of our open house charity, which 100% of the money I make from this open house, in terms of the charity that I'm promoting for these proceeds, is going to be the Joni and Friends organization. And I will be providing a link. I'm going to add it to the comment section. I just want to talk very quickly about this. And Basically says here, tragically, a person with limited mobility is often excluded from life in their community simply because they have no way of moving around. I know it sounds silly to some people, and it's something that people are usually not thankful for. They take for granted that you could just get up and walk away from your computer when you're done trading. There's some people who don't really have that sort of simplicity. A wheelchair removes isolation from these people. It basically lifts somebody who cannot move into a seat of dignity and opportunity. And the Wheels for the World provides life-changing mobility along with it is, again, I'm not Catholic or Christian. It is very big in the church ministries here, but they do donate to, people. It's not just, they don't just donate to people of religion. It just happens to be that a religious organization is doing this, and I believe in helping them. And basically, what they do is you can get involved by donating a wheelchair, serving in an international outreach, which I personally don't plan on doing, or giving money so that wheelchairs can be restored and purchased and provided for someone in need. I know there's a lot of hospitals out there. Uh, I reached out to one already. I plan on also reaching out to Centra State Hospital here in New Jersey, as well as Robert Wood Johnson. I did speak to somebody at the hospitals there, and they do have older um, wheelchairs. I am looking to do a big donation to the hospital to get these wheelchairs, and if I'm able to get it, just donate the wheelchairs, and I could buy a lot more of them at a cheaper cost. With that being said, if I am unable to acquire those wheelchairs, I will just straight up give cash and whatnot. And, they have many ways here to donate. There are events that are happening around the world, and they're really helping a lot of the third world countries. Again, I don't think people understand the prices and how expensive some of these wheelchairs are. And especially when you go to places like Sao Paulo, Brazil, and the Dominican Republic, and Guatemala, and El Salvador, these are where they hold these events. Once you leave, like, for example, the United States of America, things get very, very, very hard. And if you just go in the top right to the Support Us tab, you could choose where you give your donation to. Um, I'm going to give Wheels for the World of pediatric wheelchairs for kids who need wheelchairs and they can't get around. I mean, just again, you take I have two kids of my own and they run around and I'm running after them saying like, "Oh my God, where's he going? This time he's going to break something," and I'm running after them and whatnot. But little did I ever think of what a blessing that was to have to run after my kid that he doesn't have to break anything and he's running away from me trying to, avoid me putting his t-shirt on or something. Um, I never thought of that as a blessing. It is a blessing. You could do monthly gifts or one-time gifts. I mean, personally, I'm choosing a one-time gift. I don't really know how much I'm going to donate. That's going to be depending on this open house will depend the amount of money. I wouldn't mind, matching it. I'll probably end up matching the donation. This is something very close to my heart. I want to, of course, thank the gentleman who sent me this, and I'm just going to simply, that's where my charity is going. So again, if you could give to anything you want. You don't have to donate to my charities, but if you want to know where your open house money goes to, just in the top, I don't know if you could see it, top right here, you have the word donate. You click donate. Um, you just simply go, I'm going to go down for um, Wheels of the World, Pediatric Wheels of the World. You simply go to other, and you could simply fill out the information. So something that really touched my heart here. If anybody works in a hospital and you do have access to somebody in your wheelchair department, um, take care of it and whatnot. We'll mail these wheelchairs out. We'll send them. They're actually very expensive to send a wheelchair somewhere, believe it or not. We'll pay for all the shipping and whatever as well. and we'll make sure that we get wheelchairs. If I cannot get um, I'm not going to go on like a Craigslist or an eBay and try to buy wheelchairs, but if I could get like a large chunk of them from like a hospital or something, I would totally do that. And if I can't, which is a possibility as well, that's where the money is going. So I just want to also share my final thoughts here. And again, just real quick, I'll be putting it in I'll be putting it in the chat. It's just joniandfriends.org. If you go there, just Joni. It's one word, Joni. It's three words conjoined as one. JoniAndFriends.org. It's an organization. I'm going to be so happy writing this off so the IRS gets less money from me. Again, it's obviously a complete write-off. Take advantage of doing something good with your money. Um, make the world a better place. All right, let's just go right into my final thoughts here. Just being stronger together. And, you know, for me, I just feel so blessed in everything when you have a name like Encigo. Um, I'm having the best year of my career. I'm having the best year of my career here. And I just feel so blessed. And I honestly, even though you might want to say, okay, Mark, you set up the interview, you found the pick, you brought it to us, you brought it to our attention. I just want you guys to know how blessed I feel, really, like how blessed I feel to um, just really have you guys. And I know that I'm saying like stronger together here. It's you guys that give me this strength. Without you guys, I might not have the willpower to do these things for charity. And, you know, maybe I held in Seagull longer than I would have because I know I give money to charity. And instead of, for example, just to use stupid numbers here, instead of locking out at a $500,000 gain, maybe I lock out at a $3 million gain and give 25, 30% of that to charity, and I end up making more money as well as helping others. So really, I wanted to ultimately thank you guys because you guys don't get enough credit, or maybe I do give you guys enough credit, but I want to be clear. This Inseego idea was not mine. This was all of our ideas. This whole journey in our Newsbeat 2019 stock of the year, this was all you guys. And me, I know I joke around with the Bobby Portis face when I'm sitting there, looking at a massive P&L, and I joke around like that's my face looking at the stock with, of course, my Newsbeat Bandits cap on. Thank you to the member who photoshopped this for me. But I look at this stock with the Bobby Portis eyes, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'm sort of proud of myself of how stubborn I was on this play. And part of me thinks that that stubbornness on Encigo was definitely based on you guys, was definitely based on you guys in the room. So ultimately, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys in the room for helping me choose a stock like this. We are going to bring you more of these ideas. We are going to continue to bring you value from 2020. I have meetings over the weekends with, let's just call them VIPs, very wealthy individuals, and I'll be bouncing stock ideas off them. I will not be telling them what my favorite stock of the year will be, but they'll be giving me candidates for our favorite stock of the year. And as always, the first people I'm going to come to you with these ideas, of course, will be you, the Newsbeat Live user. It was my ultimate pleasure. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I will continue to fight for everyone. If you're not where you want to be as a trader or whatever, I will continue to fight for you. I will continue to bring you more content. Again, it is my goal to exceed your expectations. This is, I know a lot of the things I'm saying is more because I do, um, I guess this should say more as well because we already did an exclusive interview with these. I do want to bring you more of the good stuff. I do want to bring you more of the good stuff. And I'm just going to continue to fight. And honestly, I will say It's kind of hard as a broadcaster with the sheer amount of hours I put in because like part of me knows that if I just sat here with a wife beater on and a pair of shorts on, what a terrible name of a t-shirt, a wife beater. Anyway, I mean, honestly, my wife is a husband beater, but that's a whole nother story. Um, Domestic violence is horrible. We've donated to charities on that before. Bad joke. But anyway, um, point being here, through everything is I always said to myself I felt that I would make more money intraday if I wasn't running a room. And I probably would on average. I don't think that's false. But when it comes down to the bigger picture, there's no way I would have held in Seago to these sky high expectations without being at least morally accountable to my family, the Newsbeat live room. There's no way I would have made as much money this year without you guys. And I will say that for the first time in 12 years. I will say that for the first time in 12 years. There's no way I would have this would be the first time that I would ever say that I would make more money this year as a result of running a room. Maybe not every day on average intraday, but in terms of longer term swing stuff like in Seago, I couldn't have done it without you. And I know you can say whatever you want, like I'm being modest or whatever. I'm not. I mean it with every ounce of my being. I really could not have done this without you. So ultimately, I really believe we're stronger together. I believe that. I believe those words. I really believe we're stronger together. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you because you guys made me stronger. So everybody is writing in emails. Oh, there was the email I promised I would share with you. Sure. Let me just share that with you. I already blacked out his names. This obviously came in today, and I just want to share this final email. Mark, I first became involved with the trade room in April, struggled for quite, if it's too small, I'm reading it to you. Mark, I first became involved with the trade room in April, struggled for quite a while, kept making trades with unrealistic targets and not taking profits when I should have because of fear of missing out. FOMO, I think he meant FOMO. Then I would take other trades that had no reason to trade only to lose more money. Finally, as I gained more trust in your system and realized that Rome was not built in a day, I found success in the consistency of your system. Keep listening because this is the important part now. I've been working with an EMDR for months now. We did a video recently talking about EMDR. It's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. We'll be focusing and sharing more of that next week. It's something that I recommended for traders to become successful. He actually is one of the people that did it and is sharing his story. He's been working with an EMDR specialist for months now, and that is helping me be in the right mindset as well as the very insightful videos you do. 3 times every morning before the open, I quote the 6 vitamins that I modified from my needs. The vitamins are verbal reaffirmations that he repeats every morning. We share the trading vitamins with you in the mornings here as well. I have my small list of stocks that I will focus on. If the stock fits the strategy, I make the trade. If not, I pass. I found that the one and done has been my most successful strategy. The Mark 5 and VWAP reversal strategies have worked well. The it's the AK50, the Kaufman efficiency ratio, the K50, but he says I love the K50 but haven't traded it, excuse me, because I'm done in 45 minutes or less. Today it was 15 minutes. I stopped focusing on how much money I make. My focus is on being green every day, like I was this week. Like you said, trade like you want to do it forever, not like you want to retire next week. The results of this, I have been green each of the last 5 weeks. My profit for every dollar invested has been between $1.40 and $15.75, with the total over that time being 5.23%. I have confidence in the system and, more importantly, confidence in myself to execute the system in a consistent and profitable manner. I have traded options since February of 1979. He was trading options a year before I was born in February 1980. During those 40 years, my trading results have been all over the map. I'm 65, and my trading, for as long as I have all my marbles, will be a successful venture till the end of my days. For this I have you to thank. I will be eternally grateful for all the extra time and energy you have put into helping those in need like myself. By the way, please thank your wife for allowing you to spend so much of husband to make the world a better place. Best wishes, the gentleman that sent me this. He sent me this today at 10:25 a.m. So the EDMR technique, basically, I humbly believe there's the same message that needs to be given to you guys hundreds of times, and one of those messages will resonate with you. That is one of the beauty of our videos. Just thought that was a lovely email, and I want to share with you more stuff for EMDR next week. That's why I was bringing up that video. That's why it was important. And I will be doing another EMDR video that literally teaches you how you could improve your trading through this reprocessing therapy. It's a very powerful thing. Final thoughts again. You guys do make me stronger. Thank you so much for, you know, everything. Thank you so much for just really the best trading year in my career out of 20 years. You guys gave me the best trading year of my life. And as a thank you, I will continue to fight to go to levels beyond where I already have to ensure that you are successful. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Really, el gusto es mío. The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much. Happy trading, make money. And I'll see you guys here on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.